Welcome back to Risque Business News. I'm May.
And I'm Laura. And today we're going to be talking about a couple different topics. I'm going to be talking about some feuding OnlyFans models.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yes, we will.
Women not supporting women.
Women not supporting women, but supporting men in a big way.
Great.
And also going to be talking about the lawyer that quit. Diddy's lawyer has recused himself from the case, which he has formerly represented Osama bin Laden.
Okay, good.
So that is not a great look for Diddy, I will say. That is tough. That is pretty tough.
That is tough. Also, lawyers are famously, not exactly the most ethical people in the entire world. So it's actually
specifically
shocking.
This gentleman.
Right.
So it's really not looking good for Diddy's case, I would say.
Well, good. I hope he goes to prison forever.
Yeah.
So good.
Watch, he's innocent. We're like,
I know.
he has like unrefutable evidence.
The lawyer was like, it was actually too easy. It was like,
it was just like a layup.
It wasn't like professionally fulfilling because I actually.
I liked with Osama. Like it was like that was tough.
That was an uphill battle.
That was
a
tough.
Sisyphus situation.
Exactly.
I'm going to be talking about a Georgia woman that got a surprising bundle of joy. She really did not expect this, and we're going to talk about that. She is mad. And then I'm going to talk about Hooters. It's closing.
No way.
Yes, it's going bankrupt.
Oh.
And the biohacker.
I'm like sad.
Yeah. And then you guys probably have heard of the biohacker before that spends $2 million a year on anti-aging, and he's doing like blood transfusions and shit with his son. Have you heard about this?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
He's
anyway,
our weird vampire.
He's so
IRL
insane.
Vampire.
But he just got surpassed in metrics by a man only spending $30K. So it's not out of your range.
Doge hit them or something. Make this more efficient. Let's go.
Let's go. But anyway, we're going to talk about those things.
All right. Enjoy.
Where's the money? I don't understand how you make money.
Hold on.
From that, though.
2 stand-up comics in New York City.
Just learned a lot of this stuff. I'm going to ask all the stupid questions that you might be thinking at home, but are afraid to ask people.
Making it to where you feel like you're too stupid to be able to ever engage in it, they win.
Why the fuck are they doing this?
It's to make money. It's Risque Business News.
Wow.
What should we start with?
We
start with anything in your life you would like
Oh.
to discuss? Because I'll tell you, there's not much going on in my life that I'd like to discuss. I am going to California next week for 2 weeks.
For work.
For work.
Yes.
Yep.
Not for fun.
Not for fun. I will have not one speck of fun. No,
No
I'll probably have a little bit of fun.
Tiny bit. Yeah, here and there. Mm-hmm. You'll have fun.
Go to California, and then other than that, I'm going to do a show in Portland pretty soon.
Oh, that's fun.
Oregon. So I'm going to spend a lot of time on the West Coast.
Sick.
Yeah.
I haven't been to the West Coast in a minute.
It's far away.
Yeah.
Wouldn't necessarily recommend going there in the winter. It's a bit of a schlep.
Bit of a schlep.
But
and not that warm.
Not that warm. Last
Not
time I
that
had to bring a coat. It was bullshit. This time should be better.
Don't you hate that?
Oh, yeah.
There's no place I dislike visiting more than fucking San Francisco because it is freezing. And in your mind...
It is so cold. You think it's California?
Yeah, you're California. Let's do it. Let's go surfing. And it's fucking freezing cold. In the summertime,
it was
in like June, it's freezing cold.
It was 30 degrees in the mornings.
Yeah.
When I was there last time.
And dewy.
It was cold. It was legitimately cold.
Yeah, like cold to your bones.
I had to wear, I didn't even bring like my real coats because I was like, I'll leave them because it's going to be like in the 60s during the day. No, bullshit.
I'm also going to California.
I'm going to California.
So why would I bring a puffy
And
coat?
this time, even worse, I'm going from there to Miami.
Oh.
Which will be delightful, but
that'll
that'll be warm. Drinking.
Hell yeah.
My good friend Andrea, friend of the pod, moved down there from New York because she's smart.
Yes.
She was looking around at this bullshit in New York City and was like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go do something else. So she moved down with her boyfriend, and they are living the life. They've got this like beautiful apartment, and I'm gonna go third wheel them.
Good.
Actually, fourth wheel because my friend Kaya is allegedly coming. So,
nice.
Yeah. Stay tuned for that, folks.
I gotta be honest, these wind tunnels in our neighborhood specifically
are
breaking me. They're breaking my soul.
Yes.
They're so horrible. Oh my God, the wind tunnels.
Guys, we should just tell you our addresses at this point. I think we like provide little Easter eggs every episode. But we're right off of Flatbush, which has the water, and there's like a wind tunnel that comes straight down. So the water just really makes the wind nice and cold. Just the coldest wind you've ever felt. And then it picks up speed as it's coming down Flatbush until it hits us.
Yes.
Down in Fort Greene. And it is, I want to kill myself right now.
It hits me and my infant child because I'm trying to teach him what sunlight is. And it's been very challenging.
Yeah.
In New York City because
February, New York?
Yeah.
Like not a big,
no sunlight ever. So anyway, that's what's going on in my life. I'm actually dying to go to a tropical vacation, which I think we will do when he's 2 months old.
That's like 3 weeks.
3 weeks. So I'm thinking Jamaica.
Probably got to book a flight.
I'm going to book a flight.
You plan that.
You know what I need to get? Unless we just go to Puerto Rico or something.
A baby passport.
Yeah. Or he just looks like a loaf of bread.
Yeah. Are they smaller? Or they should be smaller.
They should be smaller.
Are they full size?
They're probably full size. I'll probably lose it as well as my own because that's the type of person that I am.
You cannot lose his passport.
Yeah, but you know how I do.
Yeah, that's true.
They sent me a social security number in the mail, which is adorable. Isn't that
Is it mini as well?
No, it's a full size.
Damn it.
He's like a full, he's a person.
I know, it's
He's
little.
a guy.
Yes, I know, but he's a little guy. So
But
they all should be miniaturized.
I was like showing Mark, I was like, how fucking cute is this? That he has a social security number.
That is adorable. Yeah, he's a real
ridiculous.
person.
And then I had to put it in a drawer in a certain bedroom in my house, and I was like, I'm gonna forget that. His birth certificate, forget it.
Yeah, it's tough.
Lost.
And he's
I don't
gonna
know
do
where my own is.
Cut to 20 years from now, he's doing stand up. He's like, my mom lost my social security
Yeah.
number. What an irresponsible lady.
That is exactly what's gonna happen.
Yep. That's gonna be him.
So anyway, we need to get a baby passport. I think you can do that like really close. Like you can do that like Staples and shit, I think.
I have no idea.
To get a passport?
To get a baby's passport.
I mean, you can get a baby's passport.
You can just get like
a regular passport.
You can just get a picture for your passport at Staples.
No. There's like you can go and get like TSA and stuff at certain places.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. How about this? You update us on the next pod.
Okay, great.
Because I was only thinking you could get like a passport photo there.
I don't know. I guess we'll have to see.
I guess so.
Okay. Anyway, I guess I'll start into my first story.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, cool. So there is a woman in Georgia, and she got quite a fucking surprise. So she is suing a fertility clinic right now for implanting the wrong embryo after she birthed another couple's baby. Isn't that the saddest thing ever?
That is awful. And also, so she was like a forced surrogate?
Yep.
Also, what happened to her embryo? It's
Weird.
just vibing?
I think it's just there. I think it's still there in the fertility
So she has to
clinic.
go through that again?
Yeah. And not only that, so she's a white woman. She decided she decided to create an embryo using a sperm bank. She selected someone from the sperm bank that also was white. She got this baby to term. Baby came out. Baby was black. And so she was like, what's going on here? And so she was hoping, she was like, well, maybe it's at least my DNA and they put the wrong sperm with it. But no, she just carried completely someone else's
stranger's
DNA.
Baby. Yeah. On the flip side, at least she didn't have like her husband or whatever and they'd frozen the embryos who was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, right.
Oh, sure. Yeah. They put the wrong embryo in you.
And it's like, well, you do have weak calves, so we needed someone else, okay?
I had a really nice vacation.
Yeah.
I don't know. I went to the Caribbean and
here we are.
My yoga teacher was fantastic.
Right. You know how they are. You've seen 90 Day Fiancé.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was considering.
Men in Jamaica, they have game, okay?
They sure do.
Anyway, she was fucking devastated. It's this woman, Christina Murray. And
what's the final, what's going to happen here?
So she's suing the clinic, and
Fair.
It's actually so fucking devastating because she gave birth to this child, was bonded with this baby. Because, you don't really, like when you're pregnant with a baby, which is kind of amazing that so many people are able to do surrogacy because, like, you're bonding with the baby the whole time. And then she had the baby for like a week before she took it in and was like, can we do some tests here? Like, what's up?
I'm sorry, it took her a week to be like, you are black. Okay.
Actually, they come out looking white, black kids. Yeah, because they don't have any melanin yet because they haven't touched sunlight or whatever. I don't know if that's exactly right, but they look white.
Wait, that's crazy.
Yeah, it takes them a little bit to like look black.
It up.
But anyway, she realized the baby was black, and she brought it in. And what happened was they took the baby from her and gave it to the couple.
And the couple
was
like
someone else's embryo.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm glad they got it, but the couple was probably like, we weren't ready for a baby. That's why we didn't go through this yet.
Right. And now they just have the baby.
Wow. That's that's the closest you can get to like the stork.
Right.
It's like, here you go.
I also think this is a similar premise to a Jason Bateman movie I saw once where
It does. It really does have like,
yeah.
I was just watching the Amy Schumer Almost Pregnant.
Oh yeah.
It was all right.
We'll offline it.
We're offline it. But I love people doing things. However, that was so love
she
when people
did it.
Love when people make art.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole premise of like faking the pregnancy and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Anyway, that's pregnancy related. Don't know why I brought that up.
Okay, great. But yeah, so it was like the saddest thing ever because she was like, I, brought this baby in to be like, what's up? He's black. And then left with an empty stroller. And so she's so sad.
Yeah.
So anyway, she's suing the fuck out of that IVF clinic. I mean, can you think about a more violating thing? You're just carrying someone else's embryo. You have no fucking clue.
I really actually
months.
don't know if I can think of a more violating thing.
Truly.
Your body was used as a vessel for this, I'm sure, very cute, lovely child.
Sure.
But I don't know this kid.
Yeah, I don't know this kid. I didn't sign up for this. I'm certainly not making the money that a surrogate. I'd be like, fine, give me, $200
At the minimum, I mean, for the lawsuit, hopefully.
Yeah,
and they've got to be making bank. It's an expensive process.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
Isn't
and now
that
she has to go
crazy?
through it all again.
Yeah.
With her own baby.
And
so
she's
does she not
38, so
have
she's like,
a significant other? Or
no, she was doing it on her own. So
that's
she
even
was,
harder. Like she's now solo and she's like,
Yep.
I just went through all this. Like that woman wants to be a mother. Clearly, she is
Yep.
jumping through every single hoop available.
Yep.
Poor thing.
I know. Also, IVF, like people forget I don't know if people forget, but it's like a fucking big deal.
It
Just
is.
because it's common does not make it easy. It is a big fucking whoop, dude. Like she has to do all those shots, all those hormones. She probably had, whatever. It's not good.
Well,
like it's really not good.
no, I wouldn't want to do that, especially for free. This is a good segue into my story.
Okay.
Are we done there? Or should I?
Yeah, I
utilize-
mean that's basically it. She's just
She's
brought home a black
pissed.
kid and was like, "Yo, this ain't my kid," and like that's.
and they were like, "You are right."
Imagine she just totally in denial. She just goes on Maury.
No, this is my kid. The kid after he's growing up and he's like, all right, we need to have a conversation.
Right. Have we never considered that I am fully African American?
I am fully African American and you are a white lady.
Yeah.
And this sperm was from a white man.
Yeah. I gotta tell you, my baby looks a little spicy, but he's not.
He's just got like a tan to him. But I
Yeah.
can see, I mean, he looks like the spitting image of Mark.
He does
came
look
out,
so-
He came out of you, so
That's true.
case closed.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys have like a black ancestor somewhere.
Right.
It's not even that. It's like Italian. He
It's
looks
Italian.
He looks wicked Italian.
Yeah, like whatever part Italian Mark is, he got all
All of that. Got downloaded in.
He's my little paisan.
He-
Yeah.
Uh,
we ate at an Italian restaurant last night and they had little Italian flags and Mark stole one and put it on his stroller.
Oh, that's cute.
He was like, we gotta walk around with our paisan.
He's my little Luigi.
Mm.
Okay, well, I will tell you this. There he is.
There he is.
He's in the other room and he just heard us talking shit.
We did, yeah.
And started crying.
He's like, I'm not that spicy. I'm like, you look like a Dominican.
Yeah. You are Dominican.
You are Dominican. And you
like,
are.
am I?
You're turning down girls at the club for not wearing skimpy enough outfits. He's like a Dominican
that a
club
thing?
promoter.
He's like, oh, okay, club promoter. All right, well, I will talk about another spicy situation. Bonnie Blue versus Lily
Oh my God.
Phillips. We know
Wait,
these
versus them? I thought they were in cahoots together.
Well, I mean, I'm sure it's like comedians, where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, a little rivalry, but like it's all the same fucking thing.
Oh, I see. Okay. I mean,
know
they're
what I
both
mean?
banging 80 gajillion guys at once.
Oh
or
yeah.
whatever.
Well, they didn't do it together, but Bonnie Blue is famous for sleeping with over 1,000 men in 12 hours. Lily Phillips did what sounded like the same thing, I guess, but I think it might have been a longer.
100, right?
No, because she's the UK one. I will say a lot of the headlines I've been reading are different. Oh yeah,
thought
she
they
said
both were in the
no,
UK.
you're right. She
Okay.
was best known for crying after sleeping with over 100 men in 12 hours.
Yes.
And then her goal was to go. That's why her goal was stated to go. I'm going to do over 1,000
Oh
now.
my God. How? In 24 hours?
I guess, but Bonnie Blue did it in 12 allegedly.
What? So it's literally just like men in a row with their dicks, just like
Yeah, I read a little like
Just like one
op-ed from a guy who was there, and I guess they had to wear like balaclavas to kind of hide, like mostly face covering, like masks, almost like a ski mask kind of situation.
Oh my god, that's so much scarier.
So much scarier, but I
also,
guess it's
why?
to protect their identity from each other or something. I'm not sure.
Whatever. You know what? If you're gonna participate in this, we've said this before on the pod. Show your damn face.
Show your damn face.
Anyway.
So they're both famous for this. They are very successful on OnlyFans as a result.
Yeah.
And the both of them, in the last week or so, claimed to be pregnant.
Both of them.
They were stoking pregnancy rumors. Bonnie Blue said that she was pregnant when she teased on her Instagram stories, saying that she was having cravings and it was using it as a way to start giving back to her followers. Which I don't really know what the fuck that means.
What are you
and I was too
talking
horrified
about?
by that to like dig in deeper. I was like,
Ew.
you know what? That's a corner of the internet my algorithm doesn't need to.
Not to sound like a fucking Christian crazy person, but I'm like, these godless women.
No, I mean, I think that's
Truly.
I'm all about sex positivity to a degree.
Ew.
And this it turns out is my line. Specifically, you're not going to like this part. So then Lily Phillips posts this picture on her Instagram. Congrats.
Oh my god.
Girl is pregnant.
Wow. And are they alleging that it's one of the men that they slept with on those days?
So of course
no?
they post this stuff within hours of one another, and the internet's like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Pregnant from one of the 1,000 guys.
Probably
which must
not,
have been psychotic for those men.
Yes.
They must have been like, what?
Yeah.
I have to pay paternity, like I have to go in there and be like a dad.
Oh my god, no.
Yikes, like this like weird swirl of cum that's come in there. And like I was selected. You'd be a little proud.
I would
right?
be proud.
Like a little proud, 1,000 men and your sperm was the fastest.
That's pretty cool. Also, I mean, it's kind of embarrassing also though, because how do you come that quickly? How about that? Have you considered that?
I mean, I feel like it's like there's so much in there at that point that it's like the strongest survive, kind of like
But
they're battling it out in there.
You know what though? Do you think? I mean, if you're gonna have sex with 11 or 1,000 men in that duration, I would imagine the sex is literally one pump they leave.
They did talk
so I
about
wouldn't
that.
imagine that they're coming in her, right?
I think it was all of them are supposed to come.
What?
But they're not like
they're fluffed.
They're
ready to go.
They're more than fluffed. They are ready to finish. It's horrifying. I'm so sorry. This is an X-rated version of this pod.
That is so nasty. That is so fucking
It is
foul.
so nasty. Now you know what's almost
so basically the fluffers did all the job.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
All outsourced it to these lovely men and women.
Wow.
I don't know. It was probably women. I don't know. Maybe it was men. It might have been just them, just like masturbating kind of weirdly in the corner. Ooh. Anyway.
Men are.
Well, it turns out it was fake.
Okay.
They were not pregnant. They used it as a publicity stunt.
Good for them.
Good for them. It's kind of weird. It was crazy because Bonnie admitted it was fake.
Kind of weird. I mean, Jesus.
I mean, the whole thing is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, and this is where the line is, God
Yeah.
damn it. How dare they?
Ew.
Yeah, so Bonnie admitted it was fake, and Lily was just seen at a club on Friday night. And everyone was like, without her bump.
Oh,
She was
without her bump.
She was the one who had posted the picture where she's like,
I was like, pregnant
4
people
months-
can go to a club.
4 months pregnant. I know. You're like,
Yeah.
how dare you?
How dare?
No, she was skinny again and like drinking. And everyone was
Okay.
like, aren't you pregnant? And she goes, ah.
Ooh.
So.
Oh my God, this is so fucking foul. I did not realize that they had to come.
Yeah.
Ew.
Well, and apparently, so Bonnie was the one who did 1,000. Lily's just preparing. She's in training to do it.
Oh my God.
And OnlyFans was upset with the video because they didn't have releases from all of the people on it. And so they banned it from the OnlyFans site. So she slept with over 1,000 people and didn't even get monetized.
Oh my God.
That is bullshit.
Well, I mean, I guess you could sell it as a DVD. I don't really know.
An album.
She could do like I did with my special.
Yeah,
It's behind
you
a paywall.
reach
It's
out to her.
$4.99 on Apple TV.
Go ahead and hit her up and tell her.
Dude, that would be the darkest thing ever to watch. Just 1,000
It's
people
insane.
run a train on a
But
girl.
their whole point of that was that they wanted like breeder content, like the people who are into the breeding. So it's this whole other like
Kink or whatever. God, people are
community
fucking
they were
weird.
trying to service with this, was what they were alluding to.
I am the most vanilla sexual person ever. I want I want to have sex with my husband, and I want everyone to have a good time.
Have you tried an orgasm?
Yeah, I want to just like regularly have an orgasm. I want him to have one as well, and I want to like
move it along.
Talk about what we want to eat for breakfast. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like that's
exactly.
it.
Morning. Let's hear that in the morning.
Yeah, morning. That's kinky.
That's pretty crazy of you.
Pretty crazy. Our night nurse is still there. So
Bonnie. So Bonnie Blue did like what I did think was kind of cheeky of her. Is she did this long post where she addressed the rumors, and she was saying that. There were rumors about me being pregnant. Quite a lot of the media approached me, and she said, "I'm not pregnant, and I haven't even hinted at it. Nothing has been mentioned. That's not true. You did post about you posted about these cravings."
Mark told me that she was pregnant, so it's getting around.
Exactly.
He believed it.
She goes,
I guess.
"I have never confirmed I was pregnant because I would never lie about pregnancy. Lying about pregnancy is a step too far." So that was her jabbing at the other girl who had posted with the baby bump.
Right.
Then she goes to this. Like for me, back before I was a massive slut, I tried to get pregnant for a long amount of time. It was honestly the most lonely experience because you really don't tell families and friends. It's not something that's spoken about much.
Wait, why are you trying to get pregnant with random men?
So, well, this was before she was an OnlyFans person. So she said she did IVF and it wasn't working. She tried it for a long time and that it was really, really expensive.
With a
like
partner? Or we don't know those details.
It wasn't in this usmagazine.com.
Interesting.
And then,
that's
it's great. So then she uses this psychotic situation as this chance to like pop off about how hard IVF is. She says it's hard to see multiple negative pregnancy tests while everyone around was announcing their baby news. True, but I just truly didn't think this would be coming from her.
Right.
What a strange IVF spokesperson
right, or
to
like
come forward.
That's insane.
She said, "Why can't I get pregnant?"
Her villain origin story is going through IVF, and I believe it. That sounds horrible.
And then she went from there to like sleep with 1,000 men.
No,
I guess she's like, well, I'm not gonna get pregnant, so I might as well fucking do that. Kind of is like a little like the Marvel superhero.
It is, yeah. I guess I'll fuck everyone in the world. That is because I've no fear. I'm a godless woman.
That's certainly something for her to bring up with her therapist. I will say that.
Do you think these people have therapists? Could you imagine being
their
that
therapist?
They'd be like, "Oh, I just feel like really blue. I feel really blue today." I'd be like, "I have some suggestions."
Have you thought about? Did you do anything this week that might make you sad?
Have you considered not exclusively living for the male gaze and
100%
doing stunts that will put you in huge danger?
Well, to be fair, she did make a shit ton of money with it, and she stated that she is going to use some of that to cover a stranger's IVF costs.
That is cool.
That is cool. That is way cooler than Lily Phillips, who just was like, "I'm at the club. I'm not pregnant."
She should do more than one person, though.
That would, yeah.
Because, I mean, how much did she make on this? Millions, I would imagine.
I am sure. Her statement was, "I want to pleasure people, and I don't just mean guys." Ooh. "I think paying for someone's IVF journey is something I'm passionate about, something I want to do, and something that's going to do good with my money."
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree, but like, what? I'm actually surprised that in England, I mean, maybe she's talking about America, but
I think she's Australian.
Oh, is she?
The other one is British.
Okay. All under the Queen.
Yes.
Or the King, I guess. But what was I going to say? I would imagine that in at least the UK, IVF would be free or close to free.
Who knows?
Who knows?
After Brexit, they broke it. Who knows?
That's true.
But yeah, so she is going to fund people's IVF journey. She's upset about not being a mother after sleeping with 1,000 men, which would be tough to explain to the child.
Isn't she young, too? I think she's like
25. She's 25 years old. And the other one's 23. Gen Z, really, you guys need therapy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is not good. This is like the ultimate sell yourself for clicks.
That really...
You know what I'm really glad... This would be very helpful in my comedy career and the success of our podcast, but I genuinely, and I don't mean to sound holier than thou or whatever, I genuinely get zero satisfaction out of social media. If I get a post that gets a lot of attention, I don't care at all. It like moves the needle happiness-wise for me, zero.
It's more stress than it's worth.
Yeah. It's not fun.
No.
So like I'm so glad I'm not one of these people that just lives for a like. I don't relate to that at all. And I sound like a fucking It's like, okay,
No,
we
and
get
I
it,
get
but
it.
I really don't.
I mean,
really
I
don't.
guess we're also in the position where we don't have to worry as much about like short-term monetization of this and
Right.
stuff like that. Like it'd be great to continue to have, build a following and stuff so that we
Yeah.
can go and do the thing I love more.
Yeah.
But it's more in order to do that versus just to have the following.
And just to like see people liking stuff. It doesn't like, there's no like big jolt of serotonin is what I mean,
No,
Like, if
I agree. I hear you.
If we toured on the road and we were selling out the Beacon and stuff, that would be mega
And it's
serotonin.
Yeah, well, they are linked.
They are linked.
But I hear you. I know. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Well, that's my story on Bonnie Blue and Lily Phillips. Should I talk about Diddy?
Sure.
Or do you want to do one?
I'll do one. So you guys have probably heard of the multimillionaire biohacker who spends $2 million a year on becoming 18 again. How, you might ask?
By turning back time.
He does all this crazy ass fucking shit with like, even like his own son. They'll do all this plasma regenerating.
Yeah.
And all this crazy fucking stuff. He has like his sleep down to a science. He eats perfectly. He's getting all this like NAD stuff. He's getting injections every day. It's like this unbelievable.
He sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah. You want to just be like, what is the purpose of this though?
Clout.
I guess.
Those sweet, sweet likes. So he can tour the Beacon.
So he can tour the Beacon. Brian Johnson, he's 47. He can tour the Beacon.
Yep.
But he's trying to get his biological age down to 18. And anyway, I actually listened
How's
to
he doing? Do we know where he's at?
I actually don't know. I think some of his organs are at like 30 and then other ones are at like early 20s. It depends on the organ that he's talking about, which is crazy.
He's paying off these doctors. They're like, yeah, man, whatever you want.
Sure.
Your liver is 5 years old.
Right.
Can I get a raise? Like, sure.
Fine. I listened to a interview with him with Brian Johnson on Bari Weiss's podcast, actually. And he's a boring guy.
Of course he is.
He is a boring
He's dedicated
guy.
his resources in life to this.
It's so sad.
I guess we're talking about it, but
yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know.
It's very sad.
It is very sad. I have a lot of philosophical issues with it too. Like just age.
I wouldn't mind it so much, except for the fact that he involved his kid.
Yeah.
In it. How old is he again? The child.
He's 47. I believe his son is 18.
His son is like, I think it's something in that range.
Yeah.
Like in an age where, I mean, he's like, my dad has my inheritance.
Yeah.
I have to do what this man says right now.
Right.
So I guess I'm going to give him my plasma.
Well, he
It's
must
a pretty good rate on selling plasma. I'll tell you that.
He must think it's really cool too. He probably idolizes this weird.
Well, we don't
man.
know. We don't know. I don't feel like he would feel comfortable saying that. That's his son, or that's him?
No, that's him.
Wow, he does look creepy young.
He looks
really,
like a woman.
It's like Uncanny Valley, He looks like AI, kind of.
He does. This is the thing also. I'm like, okay, you might be young, but you're not attractive.
No.
If the goal is to be attractive, he's really not hitting it at all.
No, he gives an asexual energy.
He does. He probably is asexual. I feel like anybody that this is autism to the
heaviest degree. That this is the clearest.
Autism and maybe a heavy sprinkling of OCD.
Yeah, and narcissism.
And narcissism. Yeah, this guy's really quite the trifecta.
You could be using this money to like improve the world.
Or I don't know, do anything. I mean, I guess in his mind he probably is.
By advancing the research or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. All that shit. Anyway, point being is that there is a new guy in town who is doing the same thing, but he's actually doing it for $30,000 a year, which honestly
is deal.
Well,
a bargain.
It kind of fucking is a deal for like. I mean, that's accessible to a lot more people than obviously
Absolutely.
$2 million a year is.
And I mean, well, so what is he doing that's like working so well?
He basically, so his name, the new guy is.
This new guy's way cooler looking.
Yeah, his name is Pasco. What's his fucking name? Dave Pasco. So he's a retired systems engineer, Dave Pasco. He is 61 years old, and this is what he looks like. So his biological age is 37.
Damn, he looks great.
And he looks unbelievable.
He looks great.
He's like ripped. He's actually pretty attractive, to be honest.
Yeah.
And basically what he says is that he doesn't outsource any of it.
He's single.
Is he single?
Yeah, I just
well,
went
he has
on.
no fucking time
I went on
to date.
DavePasco.net. He also has a .net email.
Okay.
You can't. It's so funny how you can do so much to be younger. But You're still with a .net.
He's got a Yahoo account.
Yeah, exactly. This man, he's getting scammed left and right.
He can't quite figure out Uber. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, this man is killing it. Basically, he's saying, like, I'm doing essentially the same thing as the really expensive version, but I'm not outsourcing any of it. And I only check in with, this is kind of sketchy, but he's like, I only check in with quote unquote experts if I need like a sanity check, essentially. Like, is this crazy what I'm doing?
Oh,
but so
he's
just going for it.
He's just going rogue, like doing what he wants.
Yeah.
Interesting. I just went on Dave Pasco, whatever his name is, davepasco.net, and it got linked to the rejuvenationolympics.com, where people are apparently competing to stay young the longest. Okay. What? So these rankings have people who they're aging at like per year, it's 0.58 or whatever, although Brisci is currently leading. This is crazy. What? Look at this.
Oh my God. That's so
you go to a clinic.
Wow.
And you can go to this clinic and it's going to measure how much you've aged in the last year.
Wow.
And your pace on it.
Wait, what about the original guy? He's not even on there?
He is I guess tied for third.
Oh my God, what a fucking dork,
I don't know why they have him on
dude.
twice. Yeah, he's third at 0.62 years per year. His best pace was 0.57 years per year.
Wow.
Brian Johnson verified.
So
where's this Dave cat?
I don't know.
He must be on a different one of these lists.
Yeah, I guess so. But wouldn't you think they'd all be on here? I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Interesting. You guys are all weird.
He takes 120 supplements a day, injects himself with peptides, plasma donations. He gets bunch of shit. I feel like I'm not. It's kind of like, you know what it's like? It's like watching Gwyneth Paltrow and her Goop series, where it's like, sure, I'm not gonna do 90% of what you're talking about, but some of these things I would do them. Like, I would totally do peptides.
I've done peptides before. I didn't really notice anything, but I think you need to like really, really commit to it. Okay. You know? And I was like, you have to give yourself a shot. And I was like, I don't want to do that. So I do it like once a week, and that's not what you're supposed to do.
You're supposed to do it every day?
Yeah. And I was like, I don't want to do that.
Giving yourself a shot every day seems insane.
I went to that clinic. I think I've talked about the clinic before, Next Health, that's here in New York. I bet they're probably plugged in to this shit. Yeah. The Rejuvenation Olympics.
For sure.
But they were cool. It was like they did a blood analysis of me, and they were like, these peptides would help you feel better. And I was like, okay.
Right. Totally.
Sounds good.
And do they cost $1 million gajillion?
Oh, yeah, they did. I was like, we got to stop this. This is irresponsible.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I stopped doing that. But I agree with you. Like, in general, I mean, I love my little supplements.
The best.
I take my fish oil. And I mean, they're mostly just like vitamins, which I know you pee most of them out, but I do think it helps.
I do think so too.
Yeah. My brain feels a little tighter.
Even if it's just a placebo, it still works.
Yeah.
I guess.
My latest thing is I just got this grounding sheet. One of my coworkers told me about this. Have you heard of these yet?
Oh my God. I have heard of these. They're like a total scam.
Oh, I bought one.
Okay.
Oh, it's on my bed right fucking now.
Wait, so what is the deal with it? It like simulates standing on the ground?
First and foremost, it is absolutely a scam. And I knew that the whole time. And I had just had like 3 drinks with a coworker. And I was like, I'm going to fucking buy one. I'm buying one right now. Yeah. And I did. And I showed up. Now, I will say this. What you do is you take the sheet. It's covered in these like electrical wires, like silver or something, metal. And but it feels like normal fabric. You just like see it in there, and then you plug it in to the wall socket. But you know how a wall socket has 3 prongs? Apparently the top 2 prongs are where the electricity comes from, and the bottom one is just for grounding.
Grounding? What is grounding?
So grounding is like what is grounding? That is a great question. Like, hopefully I know, because I spent $100 United States dollars on this sheet.
Oh my God. Oh my!
And I'm not sure I can earnestly tell you what grounding is.
Okay.
But I will try. So apparently it's like, you know, for the electricity, in order to not get shocked, you need to have connection with the earth. Okay. And that's how it'll, you know, you get it. Like electricity otherwise is crazy.
Okay.
I haven't been in school for a long time, folks. It's been a really long time. If the baby gets older and is like asking, and he's like, hey, do you know anything about my homework? I'll be like, no, bitch, I don't.
Are you kidding me? I have no
I don't know
clue.
your homework. I don't.
None.
I know how to do a Google Doc. That's what I know how to do.
Yes.
But anyway, so the concept is that you, especially if you're living in like an apartment or something like I do, you're not connected to the earth. So this helps you be grounded electrically to the earth.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Now, I
sure.
will say this. I did not tell Matthew anything about this. And this morning, I'm like, well, how'd you sleep? Like, did you sleep well? And he goes, I had nightmares all night. I go, grounding's supposed to do that.
Wait, really?
Yeah, apparently it gives you really vivid dreams. I also have very vivid dreams.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Now,
so weird.
guys, was that the grounding or was that just it was a Friday night and we slept in?
Right.
Probably the latter.
Probably the
But
it's
stay tuned.
It's underneath where you're sleeping, or where do you put it?
It's my it's the sheet that goes over the bed.
Oh.
Yeah. So I lay
Wow.
directly on it.
Okay. And it only costs $100 US.
Correct.
That's actually
They could have
quite a
scammed me for
deal.
more.
Oh, definitely.
But it's actually right at that level where I'm like, oh, that's got to be doing something.
Yeah.
And it's not too much where I'm like, okay, well, this is ridiculous.
Yeah,
I'm not going to
right,
get
right.
that, you know?
I guess. I mean, I don't know.
Here I am. So.
I actually recently got scammed. I saw.
Oh, congrats.
Oh, thank you. It's very easy to scam me. Very, very easy. But I got these patches that I bought them to. I think I sent them in the chat.
Oh, yes. You bought them?
Yes.
Stop it. You do
Those
not
are-
get to give me shit for the
No.
grounding. May sends the group chat the most ridiculous, like, Korean woman or whatever who has this patch on one of her, what is it, the traps?
Yeah, the traps.
And the other one is, like, massive. Huge trap muscle. And this
Huge
one
traps.
is absolutely tiny.
And then she was like, put the patch on. And like 20 minutes later, they went down. And I believe it. And they just got to my house today.
Well,
Maybe I'll do it before and
you
after.
100% need to come. You need to do one of your shoulders, not the other.
Yeah.
So you can come in and you're like,
See? I like can't pick up my baby because I have no fucking muscles.
yeah. It kills you. You're like, whoa.
But yeah, I totally bought that for $100 US. I think they were really expensive.
Well, is it Korean?
It is
Because if it
Korean.
is Korean, then I believe it will work.
Well, it is Korean, so
So
buckle
never
up.
mind. I'll buy some too.
I guess we'll find out.
Guys, tune in next week for sure to get the verdict on grounding blankets, grounding sheets, or whatever the hell I bought.
Whatever
and
it even is.
Korean trapezius muscle
If this works,
deflators.
I'm literally gonna fucking.
whole body.
I'm gonna have a subscription.
Yeah, you're
I
going to
will
be a
have a-
franchisee.
I will. Literally.
It's not going to work. But we'll see.
Yeah, well, you know.
You know what
God
else is
knows.
not going to work?
What?
Can I do the next topic? Are we done there?
Sure, go ahead.
Diddy's lawyer will
Oh,
not be
yes.
working
No, he's not
anymore.
working.
He has quit. If you're just tuning in, Diddy is in trouble for sex trafficking charges. Federal prosecutors allege that he used his wealth and influence to coerce victims into drug-fueled sex performances and employed blackmail and intimidation tactics. Bad stuff. Diddy parties. You've all seen the jokes on the internet at this point. Now, obviously, Diddy has a shit ton of money, so he had a really good legal team that he hired, one of which was Anthony Rico. And he filed a motion on Thursday to withdraw. He was one of 6 defense attorneys, so it's not like Diddy's like
Totally.
fucked.
Yeah.
But it's a
I mean, it
bad
should be.
look. And it's
Yeah.
extremely rare for this to happen. It actually is so rare, like you have to go through the judge. The judge has to approve you getting removed off this. So I actually don't think that's technically happened yet. So slightly stay tuned, but like more than likely.
Wow.
His quote was, "Although I have provided Sean Combs with the high level of legal representation expected by the court, under no circumstances can I continue to effectively serve as counsel for Sean Combs. There are sufficient reasons related to the protections afforded by the attorney-client privilege," so basically saying it's a secret,
Yeah.
"for brevity in my application for withdrawal as counsel in this case."
Wow.
And that's all he said about it. And then he submitted like the official paperwork, which is going to be reviewed by the judge.
He's like, I'm really busy scamming victims' families from a plane crash, so I have to do that.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah,
another
I'm
like
so
insanely
busy.
deplorable thing
Yeah.
that he's doing.
He's like Putin and Hamas
And
like
Bill Cosby.
Bill
they
Cosby.
need- right.
Yeah. Hitler came back from the grave, so I've got to go defend
Casey
him.
Anthony's having another go.
Yeah, I'm really busy.
Right, super busy.
So it's not a great look for sure for Diddy. Everyone is obviously going online and being like, holy shit. It's not going to delay
I don't
the
think
trial.
he's had a good look in years. I'll
No,
say that.
it certainly didn't improve things for him.
Yeah.
The trial is set for May 5th, and he's going to be represented by those other 5 attorneys. Anthony Rico, as I mentioned earlier, he is like known for these types of cases.
Right.
So it's not like it was just some random defense attorney and he gets pulled in and he's like, wait, I think this guy is guilty. This is bullshit. I can't represent a guilty man.
Right.
This is what he does. The man is very good at representing people. He's from, I think he's from Harlem. He's from New York.
Okay.
So it's kind of fun. I'm sure he enjoyed,
The fanfare.
He's with Diddy, like they're, New York.
I guess.
I'm making that up.
Damn, I don't know.
But they did reference that in one of the articles. Like they had like kind of a
rapport,
like similar background sort of deal. He served as counsel on the World Trade bombing conspiracy case, United States versus Omar Abdel Rahman. He also did the embassy bombing case in 1988 and United States versus Osama bin Laden in
that is fucking
2001.
Wow.
Really, yeah, it's really something.
Damn.
Really
and
something.
he defended Osama bin Laden.
Mm-hmm.
How would you even do that? Because Osama bin Laden was in hiding.
I don't know.
So you're just like, I'm taking on.
I actually
this
tried to
client.
Google it, and then I was like, yes, too much.
Osama's like,
it's too
I
much.
never hired your ass.
Yeah, he's like, who are you? Stop sending me bills. Stop. I'm not going to pay them.
I'm in a cave. I'm not paying your
Not
fucking
sending
bills.
your bills. Yeah. So there is a conspiracy theory around this. Kash Patel is the guy who just got appointed FBI chief literally earlier this week. And apparently, because of his appointment, the government is way more likely to release the Epstein files and then in turn the Diddy files.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Now, that
Both
would be
of those
fun.
would be very fun.
I would enjoy reading those documents for sure. However, for some reason, people have said because of that, they think that that's why the lawyer recused himself.
Interesting. Is he part of the Epstein thing, maybe?
No, but the Diddy files would be like right after. So basically they're saying that there's potential for a lot more data to be released on this case, enough so that this lawyer doesn't feel comfortable doing it anymore.
Interesting.
But in order to get off, basically he has to say that he's being asked directly to lie and not just bend the truth like they normally do. They're lying, but they're, using very light logic, or he might be personally involved potentially. I'm not saying that that's what's going on, but that's one of the reasons you could leave as a lawyer.
Yeah. Damn, that's crazy. You know
Isn't that
what's
wild?
so fascinating about lawyers? My in-laws are lawyers, actually, famously.
Oh,
and
friends of the pod.
Liz and Rick. And they were recently visiting, and I was talking to them about, I was like, did you ever defend someone that you knew was guilty? They were like, constantly.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they were like,
how could you do that?
They were like, all the time. It's just part of the job. You just have to really separate yourself from what you're doing. And they were like, we didn't defend murderers or anything, but it would be like, a drug deal, and they would find some loophole, shit like that.
Yeah.
But they were like, yeah, I mean, that's what being a lawyer is. You just argue your side, and even if you see the points in the other side, that's not the point of being the lawyer. The point is just you argue your side.
It's like chess.
Yeah, it's like chess.
Yeah, you're like, you're not worried so much about what's behind you. It's just what are the moves you can do with what you're given.
Exactly. And it's like, the law is so funny. It has nothing to do with finding the truth. It's just who's savvier than the other team. I remember the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp thing. They couldn't bring up Kate Moss. They couldn't present evidence about Kate Moss unless it just got brought up and was relevant to the case. And then Amber Heard said on the stand Kate Moss's name, and that's how Kate Moss got to be testifying. So she fucked up by saying Kate Moss's name, because then
now all of a sudden she was potentially involved. And
exactly. And then Kate Moss was like, he never hit me. This is all a lie, blah, blah, blah. So that's why, that's a big part of why he won, was because Amber Heard fucked up and said,
I didn't know
Moss's
that.
Name. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. And there's clips of it where she's like, and then the whole Kate Moss thing or whatever. And you see his lawyer and he's pumped because he realizes what just happened.
It's like sports.
It is. It's
surprising
sports.
we don't get behind some of these lawyers as our little sports team.
I know.
What are they going to do next?
Well, I guess that was probably that was basically it. Remember when it was literally on TikTok all day, every day, Amber Heard,
I know.
Johnny Depp. That was so weird.
I didn't watch a lot of those videos, so I didn't get served them as much, but I remember them. It was definitely in the zeitgeist.
It was a thing.
But for some reason, I was like, no. I don't need any of that.
It was insanely bizarre that we were just
hyper fixating on it.
It was very strange. Speaking of strange, I guess. I don't know.
Great segue.
Woo! Hooters is preparing to file for bankruptcy amid declining foot traffic. So I think there's been a long
Titties
time
are
coming.
out.
It's been kind of declining for a long time. I would say like tits are out, asses are in, number one.
Well, they were, but then Sydney Sweeney really did her best to bring tits back in. For a second, I thought we were going to do it. And I guess not good enough. This is on you, Sydney.
Some people are blaming they wanted more diverse figures in Hooters. And I'm like, no, it's because Hooters is horrible food and it's wicked trashy and gross.
Exactly. That's why. I'm sure there was also probably one diverse team, like one location.
Well, you know,
I'm going to guess that most of the time you walk into the Hooters, you're going to see some titties.
Yeah, you're going to see some titties.
For sure.
Yeah, no flat-chested broads.
Mm-hmm. I just pulled up this New York Post story on Hooters, and I'm scrolling down, and then it's Mike Cannon from New York Comedy Club. An ad right literally immediately below the titties.
That's fucking funny.
That is good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Did you ever know anybody that worked at Hooters? I did.
I did not.
Yeah.
Not at all. I know only flat-chested women.
Only flat-chested women.
Most of my friends were flat-chested.
Actually, that's
because
true.
of the swimming.
You were a swimmer. Oh my God, that's so funny.
Yeah, it was just the tiny titties.
Remember when I was like 16, I was looking for a summer job. My dad was like, I guess you could work at, he was being completely serious. He was like, you could probably work at Hooters. I was like,
was your mom like?
Yeah, I probably could.
Oh my, I mean, it was a different time.
It was a different time.
It was a different time. I don't want to judge him too harshly because it was a different time. But I think now he'd probably be like, that wasn't the smartest.
I mean, legit, I could have worked at Hooters for sure. And they would have absolutely employed a 16-year-old.
However,
100%.
Noted, like, that's weird.
Yeah, of course.
That is crazy that they would be allowed to do that.
And, well, the girl that
They're like, well, you're very mature for your age.
The girl that I knew that worked for Hooters, I want to say she started working there before she was 18. I could be wrong about that, but I think so.
You would hope that they would have an 18 and over policy.
She's actually someone else that I know that was in a Girls Gone Wild video.
Remember those?
Yeah.
Is that thing still a thing?
No, I don't think so. God, what a horrible time.
Girls Gone Wild.
Things like Hooters, Girls Gone Wild. There's also there's a coffee shop in Massachusetts called Mary Lou's. Do you know about this?
No.
Mary Lou's is the Hooters of coffee. So they'd have like
that's what we
girls.
needed.
Mm-hmm.
That is so. You know what? I think I would rather take Girls Gone Wild and Hooters culture than the Bonnie Blue and Lily Phillips culture.
Yeah, that's a toss-up.
Though on the plus side, they are earning the money for themselves.
That's true.
Versus at Hooters, your 16-year-old. Oh God. I don't even want to joke about it, but you would have been earning money for like whatever creepy franchisee owner who's definitely going to be some like terrifying man.
Oh, for sure. Could you imagine the people that own a Hooters?
No.
That is insane.
Your dad was like, go work for them.
Mark weirdly has a ton of Hooters merch. Like he just
it is kind of funny. It's
it's fun.
It's like an ironic.
Yeah, but he wears like Hooters t-shirts all the time. I didn't even think about it. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, that's so funny that we're just walking down the street all the time and he has a shirt on that says Hooters.
Also, their arch nemesis, what is it? Twin Peaks?
Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks. I didn't realize that was another titty place.
No, me neither, because I just think of Twin Peaks as that there's like a show, Twin Peaks, from the early 90s.
But look at him. I just went to twinpeaks.restaurant.com and it was some titties right away.
God, it is
Best
so
in the game.
Crazy. If there was something like this, I guess like the female equivalent to strip clubs and whatever would be like Chippendales or something. But
but that's like one location.
And why would I would never be like, oh, I'm going to go to this horrible restaurant because these guys have abs. I don't care.
I don't care.
At all.
No, I'm trying to have a nice glass of wine with my friends.
I'm trying to have a nice glass of wine.
That is it.
That's all I'm ever trying to do is have a nice glass of wine, to be honest.
Well.
That's it. I guess we can go get one.
I think that might be a cue for us.
I think that's it. Write in if you've ever worked at Hooters.
Or also, Twin Peaks.
I remember.
Or both.
Or both. Oh my God, imagine working at both.
Yeah, you have the rivalry.
Their outfits are so funny because they wear those tights that like smooth out your cellulite. You know what I'm talking about?
Maybe I'll be a Hooters girl for like a small chested Hooters girl for Halloween. That's pretty funny.
You're the DEI hire, and that's why they're going out of business.
Hooters.
You are the DEI Hooters girl
with my bees.
With your bees.
They're fine, but they're not hireable.
No, they're not hireable.
That's all right.
I would be exactly.
You are their type.
What they're looking for. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So anyway.
That would be a hit.
Follow me at May_Planner. I don't show my cans, but maybe I will.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah.
As previously discussed, nothing affects me. So if you guys like a bunch of my cans and you want to see them at the Beacon, then we can do that.
Then we can talk.
Follow me at May_planner. Follow the podcast at Risque Business News. Please also do us a favor and like and subscribe to our YouTube at Risque Business News.
Please do that. And then follow me at Laura Sogar and come see me live. I'll be in Portland, Oregon, and other places soon. So, all right, we love you. Bye.
I don't understand how you make money
Hold
from
on.
that, though.
2 stand-up comics in New York City.
Just learned a lot of this stuff. I'm gonna ask all the stupid questions that you might be thinking at home, but are afraid to ask people.
Making it to where you feel like you're too stupid to be able to ever engage in it, they win.
Why the fuck are they doing this?
It's to make money. It's Risque Business News.